Now, I know a lot of you rolled your eyes clicking on this video. The Ohio meme itself is completely dead and buried, and I'm in full agreement. The Ohio meme itself has passed its expiry date so much that even the TikTok comment sections are becoming self-aware of how dated the meme is. Now, if you didn't know what the Ohio meme is, that's really good, first of all, but a little bit of a quick rundown. The Ohio meme I'm an expert in because I have a degree in memology. It was a very, very short-lived meme back in 2022 where someone would essentially post a very bizarre video. For example, you know how people walk on the floor? Imagine if someone walked on the ceiling. Lamau, only in Ohio. The entire comment section would be filled with children saying only in Ohio. And then usually what they do after commenting only in Ohio, they proceed to spam like 15 skull emojis because like skull emoji users, they only know how to express any kind of emotion in skull emojis. If they had a therapy session, the therapist would ask, how are you feeling today? How's this week been? And they just send them a skull emoji. But the Ohio memes completely aside, what the hell is actually going on in Ohio? I have seen no one talk about this. Even Cr1TiKaL hasn't talked about this. The guy who I keep stealing videos from and then like once in a blue moon, he steals from me. Even he hasn't talked about this. Now, originally there was a huge brush fire in the southeast part of Ohio. I think the Pedro area. And then there was another fire shortly after in southern Ohio. And that one was a forest fire. Now, forest fires, brush fires, they are very common in America, to be fair, because, you know, the temperature, I mean, in LA, for example, it's really dangerous. In California, there's a lot of forest fires. But then to make things even worse, in East Palestine, not actual Palestine, but East Palestine, it's a village in Ohio, there was a huge train derailment. Now, the village in Ohio, it's only got about, I think, just under 5,000 residents, about 4,700. And this train derailment, this set off a ton of evacuation orders. The Federal Bureau got involved, like launching their own investigation. Now, apparently there was vinyl chloride in a lot of the containers, and we use that in a lot of products, plastics, cosmetic products, but in its gas state, it is one, incredibly flammable, but also incredibly toxic if inhaled. Now, like I said, we use this for everything, cosmetics, refrigerants, aerosols. It's in a lot of things, but as we're learning throughout the years, a lot of things we consume and use day to day, we find out like a decade later, it is not safe to use. Now, the train derailment, there was no death, no loss of life, which is really good, but because of that vinyl chloride seeping everywhere, people are really worried about soil pollution, air pollution, and even water pollution. But now, a week after the actual train derailment, the governmental environmental agency, they're basically saying for everyone, it's safe to return to your home. Even though you've got people in news reports with like irritated rashes, irritated eyes, complaining about headaches all the time. Now, I do want to put out there, I know this is the British man thinking he's better than everyone else, but American safety laws are comedically low for a first world country, and they always have been. In a different example, just for comparison, the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, they basically let nearly anything in, and then anything that could be like dangerous later on, they'll probably just say, it's considered generally safe. Just to put into comparison, like the entire EU, we have like a food safety rating of an A, like for wellness and stuff. And in America, I think it's as low as a D. So it's not great. The main reason I'm even talking about this topic is because I saw it on the news a couple of weeks ago and then kind of just forgot about it. But I re-remembered what happened because of this video on Reddit. So this here was an example of another train, completely unrelated. It didn't derail, but this train was also a freight train going through Ohio. And I'll let you be the judge on how safe this looks. It's not great. It's not great. I'm very sure they skewed the perspective a little bit to make it look as dangerous as possible. But, oh my God. The fact that that is allowed. So that's just to put into comparison like how bad the situation is over there. The train tracks themselves, incredibly neglected. That isn't train tracks all across America, by the way. I just want to put that out there. Mostly because in most places in America, there isn't public transport. Now, the aftermath of this derailment is really, really bad. There's been no human loss of life, which is great. Very thankful for that. But the toxic plume of smoke, it went so high into the air that you could see it from miles away. And there has been an incredible loss of life in the fish population, the frog population, because it seeped into the water. Now, you can actually see images of the train derailment, and you imagine that this might be like, I don't know, like 1 or 2 carriages. This is like stopping the train in GTA 5. It is a comedically dystopic amount of pileup. Now, the main reason I'm making this video is because, like all bad things, they somehow get worse. And this situation got worse because TikTok chose to involve itself. Now, the thing is with TikTok, like I said with the Ohio memes at the very beginning of the video, this is where it comes full circle. you have two parts of TikTok right now. If you look up Ohio in the search bar on TikTok, you will have either people trying to inform the situation, you know, explain what's happening, any kind of live updates, and then the other half will be people doing those shitty Ohio memes that died off in 2020 and they should stay in 2020. I meant to say 2022, not 2020, but it's basically interchangeable. The meme is in the past, it's dead. So this is me on TikTok right now, right? And all I've done is typed Ohio into the search bar. That's it. Like no news updates, just the word Ohio. And obviously you got the chemical spill there, but then the next video, yeah. So imagine if you wanted to get live updates about like this horrible thing that's happened like in your village, and then it's just like what? So it's like, am I gonna get like an update here? Am I gonna get an update about my family? No, I'm gonna get a monkey answering the door to collect pizza. Great. You got another one here of like someone, you know, using Google Maps only in Ohio, and then in Ohio it is the back rooms. Yep, the back rooms. And then it gets worse, man. It gets so much worse. You go onto the actual like footage of the train derailment. What's the top comment? The top comment, only in Ohio. You just now again, no one has died in the train derailment. That is great. Very happy to hear. But like, we almost instinctively as a species, we have this thing where almost as a cope, we need to keep mocking situations that are ongoing. It's just, I don't think people will ever understand like the influence Zoomers have on the internet. Every single video I go onto, the comment section, it will always be someone sniding as the top reply, because it'll be like some kid on their iPhone or on their iPad, and they've got way too much spare time. Now, there is a bigger concern. The water itself, like I said, a lot of it was contaminated. There was some like frogs and fish that died. Probably not safe for human consumption. Most people have tap water that gets filtered through an actual factory or a system. The thing is, that village is so remote that a lot of people actually gather their water from their own ground wells, and that could be tainted now. So they're told to drink bottled water. And again, it's like it's taken the government this long to make an announcement basically saying drink tap water, which is like what everyone in, I don't know, LA does anyway.
So those people have been told to drink bottled water instead.
I think that I would be drinking the bottled water, and I would be continuing to find out what the tests were showing as far as the air.
I like that little shrug he does at the end. The little, I guess you should drink bottled water. I heard Dasani's really good. Yeah, but two takeaways from this video. Ohio not doing too great, and also don't drink Dasani bottled water. Only in Ohio.